Do you have excess body fat, numbness in your hands and feet, skin pigmentations and tags, elevated blood sugar, cholesterol, liver enzymes? You have chronic fatigue. You always feel tired no matter how much sleep you get. You have dizziness, sometimes struggle to focus. Perhaps you feel lethargic even after eating. These are signs or could be symptoms of insulin resistance. And insulin resistance simply means when your cells stop responding favorably to the hormone insulin. And insulin is a hormone that is meant to shuttle and partition glucose from your blood to the cells of your body. The reason insulin resistance can be so impactful is because it usually progresses into pre or type 2 diabetes. And type 2 diabetes can lead to a host of different complications and other diseases as well, such as heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, PCOS, hypergonadism, kidney disease, fatty liver. There's a bunch of different diseases that type 2 and prediabetes can lead to. Now, there's two paths you can go down in order to properly combat your insulin resistance. Now, path number one is usually the path that most people take, and it's inevitably why they don't see results. This is indulging in your favorite fad diets that you see on social media, like carnivore, keto, pescatarian, super low calorie diets, right? That are very restrictive and usually not very sustainable, along with indulging in super long workouts in the gym 4, 5, 6 days a week with your trendy fat burners and supplements that usually don't work. Now, when you do these things in the beginning, when you feel super motivated and you're willing to do these things for a few weeks, that's fantastic. You'll lose some weight, you'll feel a little bit better, but eventually, because we're all busy professionals, push is going to come to shove as you try to manage your career and personal obligations. Whether it's a work trip, family emergency, something's going to come up in which you won't be able to adhere to your protocol 100%. And you'll quickly reach a point of frustration, burnout, and you'll fall off the rails. And this is usually what happens. This will lead to relapse, binge eating, and you'll likely gain back all the weight that you lost, and your insulin resistance, prediabetes, type 2 diabetes will get worse. Then there's path number two, which is the more successful route, which helped me lose 90 pounds and crush my pre-diabetes and fatty liver disease, which is taking the gradual habit formation route. This means adopting more of a long-term mindset to get long-lasting results, even if they don't come along as quickly as they would if you took path one. What does that look like? It means creating a plan that's more adaptable to your lifestyle and accounting for all the obstacles that you have within your busy day-to-day life. This will lead to a sustainable, healthy lifestyle that will allow you to keep up with the proper healthy actions and habits despite your circumstances and whatever external, whether it's emergencies, business trips, long shifts, whatever. This will allow you to keep up with the proper actions despite whatever you have going on around you. This will allow you to keep making progress and keep gaining toward your goals day by day. This process not only worked for me, but also has worked for several of my clients, such as Brittany, Andrew, Ryan, Kyle, Lori. All these people were able to lose significant amounts of weight, crush their hypertension and their pre and type 2 diabetes from taking the lifestyle approach versus the fad diet approach. And in this video, I'm sort of going to peel back the curtain on path number two, so you can see more of the things that you need to do in order to properly make your lifestyle plan and make something that's adaptable to your lifestyle. So let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to tackle is the obstacles in your life that allow or don't allow you to properly accomplish your health goals. And this is something that a lot of people don't talk about, but it's something that's very, very important. What are the obstacles that are actually holding you back, right? And for what I've noticed, particularly among me and a lot of the clients that I've worked with, it's usually something along the lines of this. Working long hours at your desk, sacrificing sleep in order to get more work done, indulging in fast food or delivery, snacking a lot, and you're under massive amounts of stress. This is the biggest one. You're under massive amounts of stress, and usually your coping mechanism for that is binge eating and food. And this is a lot of the time what keeps people stuck, because they don't know how to get themselves out of this cycle, because they feel constantly pushed into a corner due to their life circumstances as a busy professional. The biggest thing you need to understand is life is never not going to be busy, and you need to take full accountability starting right now. You need to develop the core principles and values and priorities to achieve the healthy lifestyle that you want, which usually means, thinking long term and being honest with yourself about what you can do right now. And this is where we get into actually creating the lifestyle plan. Now that we've identified what's holding us back, we can gain more clarity on what we can do about it and plan around it. And the first thing we need to do is figure out what our goals are. Obviously, we want to lose fat, become the person that we need to be long term in order to get there, and create the proper lifestyle plans and habits in order to do so. And we do this by overcoming the obstacles that we just talked about before. Now, this is where we start really attacking the limiting beliefs, because, a lot of our lifestyles are all over the place. But you might know nothing about nutrition, you might know nothing about food or much exercise, you might lack confidence. That's okay. That's okay. All right, so when you're creating the lifestyle plan, it's important now to map out all your daily obligations and tasks. What are all the situations that, when they arise throughout your day, that can throw you off, or what has thrown you off in the past? What are the reasons that, you could not stick to any of the diets in the past as well? This will actually help you to see what the holes were in what you were doing, as well as what's really holding you back. Like I said before, labeling the obstacles, and now we start to plan around them. So in this particular case, how do we find healthy meals that we love while still indulging caloric restriction and fasting? Reduce the binge eating and the snacking, and increase exercise. And how do we track these things long term? What tools can we use to make this easier? So this is an example of what I did in terms of what my lifestyle plan was in the beginning. I started prioritizing more protein, veggies, found great meals and recipes that tasted good, that were healthy, started fasting 12 to 14 hours a day, stopped drinking calories, started getting in a few thousand steps a day, especially after my meals, and started sleeping more and planned as much as possible. This is essentially creating a lifestyle plan that was sustainable for me going forward. And this is what helped me down the line, as I started to figure this stuff out, really drop the majority of the weight and really reverse my insulin resistance. And my pre-diabetes slowly started to go away on automatic because this was easy to stick to. It was sustainable. What was the outcome? I never needed to diet again. I never needed to worry about what foods I was eating. Weight loss was on automatic. I had improved confidence in my personal relationships because I was consistently getting results. And this is what my clients consistently experience as well. After we create the lifestyle plan, after identifying the obstacles that hold them back and addressing them in the plan, creating something that's sustainable, it's like the results just come by themselves, because all they simply have to do is think about making the best decision in the moment. They already have a protocol that they can stick to under most circumstances. And that's what it comes down to. Because this is taking the long-term thinking and applying it to your health, like you would to your career and your family. Now, the last part, which is scaling the lifestyle plan, this is how do you make it bulletproof. And all this is utilizing all the different tools around you to better stick to your plan long-term. Meaning, instead of just meal prepping all the time, maybe you utilize meal prep services, delivery, restaurants, better planning and preparing when you're on the road, being able to identify healthy dishes at the restaurant, maybe having access to different gyms around the country, Carrying your CPAP machine or a portable CPAP machine on the go to ensure you get quality sleep. These are all things that are helpful in scaling the plan to make sure that you always have resources, whether you're traveling or there's a family emergency or a crisis, that you can stick to your protocol so at the very least you don't regress. And also, it just makes it more enjoyable for you as well. So you can indulge here and there in some bad food and it won't hurt you. And that's essentially what scaling the plan is for. It's to ensure that you accelerate and keep getting results long term, despite the circumstances. The biggest thing is that you want to keep using as many tools around you, like I said before. And another one that I forgot to mention is supplements, grocery stores, using as much of the resources around you to ensure that you keep getting results. Supplementation is a big one because a lot of people rely on supplementation. We don't. We rely on our lifestyle and our habits, and we use supplementation to accelerate our results. That's all supplementation is for, guys, is to help you better stabilize your blood sugar and to more quickly lose weight. They are an accelerator, not the cause. The outcome is that you start to have more of a plan that's adaptable. No matter where you travel, whether a personal crisis arises, you can always maintain and continue to progress despite your external circumstances. Obviously, you can see how well it worked for me. I lost 90 pounds in 18 months, reversed my fatty liver, hypertension, prediabetes. I now have normal lipids, blood sugar, my A1C dropped from 6.4 to 5.2, and I have more energy and focus now than ever before. I'm no longer on medication, and my quality of life is 10x. And I probably could have done this in half the time had I known what I was doing from the beginning. Get into it. Like I said, this plan not only worked for me, but it worked for several of my clients, such as Brittany, an internal medicine doctor who's lost almost 70 pounds and completely reversed her prediabetes. Andrew, who's a marketer, who's lost over 80 pounds and is no longer type 2 diabetic. Kyle, who's lost 30 pounds. He's a sales trainer, and he also is no longer type 2 diabetic or has hypertension. Lori, who's a corporate consultant, who's lost over 40 pounds and also reversed her prediabetes. I could keep going down the list of different client successes, but this approach works. It works very well. And this is especially what we do in our Healthy You program, is we chop apart your lifestyle and we sort of dig in to create a plan that works for you long term, that you can actually grow to enjoy and improve upon. Now, if this is something that you're interested in, feel free to book a call below and we can talk more about your goals, strategy call, and really sort of get into what we can do to help. However, I want to let it be known, the price of this program, it is a 90-day program. Most people start seeing results in 2 to 3 weeks. But for the 90-day program, the price is $3,000. For the 6-month program, the price is $5,000. Why? The people who are usually willing to invest in themselves and their health tend to get better results long term. They're more committed, and they personally, for me, are easier to work with and are more enjoyable. They know that they need to make a change and they're willing to do what it takes. And on top of that, this is way cheaper than the price of like a gastric sleeve or any of the medications like semaglutide or whatever. Also, we do have different payment plans and financing options. So if your financial situation isn't exactly together, that's okay. We are very flexible. But just come on the call ready with a mode to pay, because we do have quite the demand and we only want to look for the people who are the most serious. And the people who are the most serious tend to invest on the call or right after. But that is the price of the program. So you would simply need to ask yourself, what price are you willing to pay to improve your health? And I really only want to work with people who truly are committed to improving themselves. And I understand it can be quite a hefty investment for some people, and that's also why I include some sort of guarantees. Because if you do the protocol that we lay out in the beginning and you do everything we ask of you and you don't see results, I'm going to work with you at no additional cost until you achieve the goals that we set upon in the beginning, no matter how long it takes. Or I'll just give you a full refund. No problem. You know, I don't necessarily need your money. I have no problem doing that. So I'll continue to work with you, or I'll give you a full refund. It's completely fine. But I only want to work with people who are fully committed. So if that sounds like you, please book a call, or if you already booked a call and you're watching this video, great job. I only want to talk to you though if you're ready to take action and invest. This is not a free info call. This is not a discovery call. This is none of that, okay? This is for people who are interested in the program, who want to make a change. You're ready to take action. You're ready to go. You're sick of the fad diets. You're sick of blowing all this money on supplements, medication. You're sick of all of that. So if that sounds like you, let's talk. I can't wait to work with you. And honestly, congratulations for watching this whole video and wanting to take action going forward. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.